Day number 12, World Carnivore Month. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for joining in and staying with the program. Those of you that haven't joined in, it ain't too late. Join in. It's free. Just join on in. Just what we're doing is we're eating meat, any kind of meat, chicken, eggs, beef, and any sort of like wild game, any kind of meats that you can think of, bacon, any of that stuff. Just try to make sure your meat doesn't have a bunch of bullshit in it. But other than that, that's what we're doing. Meat, eggs, bone broth, butter. And for those of you who like cheese, you can throw in some cheese. I would just say be cautious with dairy. I would suggest against heavy whipping cream and half and stuff like that, because people get very carried away with it very easily. On my way to Super Training Gym and going to do something that's simple and easy and repeatable. Going to do some squats and some leg extensions, and then I'll do some single leg movements, and then I'll move on from there and get in some of my run for today. Then it's off to watch some football and to celebrate my mother's 70th birthday. Congratulations, Rosemary Bell. You're a hell of a mother. I really appreciate you so much. My dad was always there for me to encourage me to try new things and to try, baseball and football and this sport and that sport, and try to, hit this nail on the head and try to paint this wall and try to do all these things. But my mom was always there to kind of pick up the pieces when I was crying and when I was hurt. One of the most valuable things that my mother ever shared with me or ever told me, I think that this is huge. So I was very frustrated and very upset. I was having a hard time with my homework. You guys know how much I've struggled in school when I was young. It was really difficult for me. I just had trouble learning certain things, and I was really upset. And my mom just said, your day will come. Why are you so worried about a couple of things? She's like, you're only having a little bit of a hard time with a couple of things, math, and English, and like I was having more problems really than probably definitely than your average kid. But she was just trying to calm the situation down a little bit, and she said, you're so good at so many other things. Why don't you be thankful for that? And why don't you think about that? She's like, when it comes to arm wrestling, because I used to arm wrestle a lot of the kids when I was in school in 5th grade, 5th grade, stuff like that. And when you continually beat up on your friends in some arm wrestling, well, she's like, whenever you go against them, you always kick their ass, right? Or kick their butt, she probably said. And I was like, yeah. And then she said, anytime you guys run a race, you always kick their butt. Whenever you play football, you always kick their butt. And whenever you do anything in track, because I joined the track team in around 6th grade and threw the shot put and the discus and stuff like that. She's like, anytime you're doing that stuff, you kick everybody's butt. And certainly when it came to weightlifting, when it came to powerlifting, she's like, anytime you go to lift with any of your friends, she's like, you kick their butt, because I was already lifting at that age. And it just made me feel better, and it made me not worry, made me understand that okay, why am I focused on what I ain't got? I just ain't got it. I don't have those things, and those are things that can be brought up, but why don't I lean into my strengths a little bit more? And when it comes to training, that's something you can take into the gym with you. I mean, that's a life lesson right there for sure, but that's something you can take into the gym with you. Whenever somebody gets hurt, they're like, what should I do? I hurt my back. What should I do? I'm like, okay, what are 5 or 6 things that you can do? All right, well, let's hone in on that. Hey, I smashed my finger, on a 45-pound plate, or smashed my finger at work, or I broke my hand, or I broke my collarbone. I just had elbow surgery. I just had knee surgery. Any of these things, any of these circumstances, any of these things that might come up, I want you to review them in that way and say, what are 4 or 5 things that I can work on? What are 4 or 5 things that I can focus on? And there's really sometimes not much you can do about stuff that can't be done at the moment. You always want to work towards stuff, and you definitely want to watch out for the word can't. You don't really want to say can't. You want to say more like, that's not available to me right now. And I think the same thing comes with money. Nothing's ever too expensive. Just make more money. I can't afford that I don't even really like that. I don't even really like, that's stuff, I don't say stuff like that, and I never have, and hopefully I never will. Rather than saying I can't afford it, I'm just thinking one day I'll have that, which is a different style of dialogue, right? Anyway, heading into Super Training Gym, gonna train them legs, and I got some Mind Bullet Potion. You can go over to mindbullet.com and check out the different options that we have. We have capsules, and we also have potion. But the potion is amazing. It's really strong. I actually will take like a third a sip of it, and I'll sip on it kind of throughout the day, and I'll go through like maybe one or two of these guys every day. They are expensive, they are pricey, but they are awesome, and it's a great pre-workout. The capsules are much less expensive. We're working on the prices on the potion, so be patient with us. Excited to get some work did, some training done, and also excited to after that, watch some football and go over to Bud's in Dixon, which is one of our favorite restaurants. Just kind of a family style, old school kind of restaurant. They make some good yummy food. But also later today, we're gonna be working on Smelly's kitchen. So actually what I need to do, because I'm on 1 meal a day, is I gotta fast through going to Bud's, because my 1 meal a day is gonna be the stuff I cook up in Smelly's kitchen. Because as much as I like Bud's, I think the stuff that I'm gonna cook at home is gonna be better and taste better than whatever they got going on over there. So keep following along, keep asking your questions, much appreciated. Gonna go take a couple sips of this and kick some ass in the gym. 10-minute walk. This is actually gonna probably turn into a walk run as soon as I get a good pace going. On your walks, try to make it a brisk walk. Try to be a little bit tough on yourself. Try to make it a little bit hard. I think I help people with I help tons of people with programs. I'm not really big into like programming necessarily for like powerlifting purposes, but I do program for a lot of people, and I program diets, and I program a little bit of exercise and stuff like that. And when it comes to like the list of stuff that I list out, I think people are sleeping on the 10-minute walk. Literally sleeping on it. You can't sleep on a 10-minute walk. It's highly crucial. It's pivotal, because it's just a message that, first of all, you need some like little downtime. You need some like relaxation. You also need something called restoration. And one of the best ways to get restoration, one of the best ways to recover, is to get what's called active recovery. And for those of you really trying to get after it in the gym, for those of you that are really trying to kick some ass in the gym, something that is really super beneficial to you is active recovery, and also the manipulation of where you place your nutrients. And I know a lot of you following along with me are on World Carnivore Month, and today is day 12. But if you were to eat some carbohydrates, now we can displace those carbohydrates into better spots, simply by continuing to move. A lot of research into, like, if you train your biceps and you're done with your training session, that the carbohydrates literally go back in, they go right into your biceps. So your hamstrings, your quads, whatever it is that you worked for the day, whatever it is that you moved for the day, in this case, it's just moving your body, is going to help with your blood sugar, help regulate your blood sugar. Not like you would want to eat a bunch of carbohydrates after your walk, but the walk is done. I always like to do them. I like to do them wherever I can, right? But I also like to do them after meals. You should be, put very simply, you should be walking, you should be moving more than you are eating. I'm on, I believe this is day 5 of 1 meal a day, and I'm feeling really great. I actually thought, like, man, I better kick that one. Well, I better get through that week of the 1 meal a day fast, because like it's going to be brutal, and it's actually not that bad. It's actually been a pretty cool experience. There are a couple things I don't like about it. Number one is you do fast for a long time, so you suffer a little bit through the fasting, because it just gets to be long, right? It gets to be like a 23-hour fast every day. And then in addition to that, the other thing that I don't like about it is that you end up suffering when it's time to eat too, because now you got to kind of load up on your food. So anyway, I'm trying it, I'm doing it, and I got to say the results from a body composition standpoint are are great. Those are legitimate, so I probably will stick with it. But don't sleep on these 10-minute walks. These 10-minute walks are highly productive. They're super important. And also, if you know anything about what walking can do for your brain, there's a YouTube channel called What I've Learned. Check that out. The guy goes over what exercise actually really does for you. It does a lot more for your brain, but walking at a fast pace is really highly productive for brain activity. Those of you that are looking for like a nootropic, those of you that are looking for you know, a little boost in your brain. I know a lot of people are trying all these hacks to get their mind, get this special clarity. Well, you want it, go for a walk, listen to your favorite music, listen to a podcast, listen to something motivational, or just listen to the sound of your own heartbeat and the sound of your own footsteps. Keep following along. About to go hit up a workout. I told you it was going to turn into a run. Here I am, trying to channel my inner Goggins, my inner David Goggins. During this walk run, I try to actually get a pretty good pace going, because I know I'm going to walk in a little bit. I have been getting a little bit more used to, you know, running a little further. So I'm getting a little better at it. A little progress each day. This weekend I'm going to Bodega Bay, and it'll be a real bitch to go running those hills there, but I'm looking forward to it. Squatting today, but came in. This guy wanted to get fired up on some benching, so here we are sticking with some benching. After that, I'll get in my squat. Take like 4 people to help me get into a pair of 3X's. Now I'm a skinny bitch. This is a 2X. I can throw it on myself. Still got a little tricep in there apparently. A little tough to get over that part. Tyler did a set of these easy for 10. I don't know.
1, 2, 3.
10 reps. Especially kind of moving with like a good controlled tempo. Ouch. Out here with my mama, celebrating her birthday. Got the rest of the family over here. And unfortunately, don't worry Quinn, I'm not gonna film you. I had to fast today because later today I'm filming Smelly's kitchen. But mama's got some meat, down 10 pounds, feeling amazing. I got some of my world famous boner broth cooking up over here on the stove, letting it get nice and hot. And I also got a bunch of grass-fed butter that we're gonna throw in here. We're gonna throw some eggs in there and throw that sucker in the Ninja blender. Looking at these, checking out these meatballs that I've been cooking up. They've only been in there for a few, but look at those bad boys, carnivore meatballs. I gave you guys the recipe on my Instagram TV. I'll also upload that to this YouTube channel for Smelly's Kitchen. But this is simple. This is just epic bone broth. I just put it in here. I don't like to microwave stuff that often, so this is the way I'm doing it. I added, let's see, I added some garlic. I got some of this kind of like garlic salt. I added some salt. I got like all different kinds of salt over here. I really like this company right here. Real Salt, Redmond. I use this quite a bit on a lot of different things, but I'll show you guys how this works out. Today is day 12 of World Carnivore Month, and I've been doing 1 meal a day. Today is day 5 of 1 meal a day. I said that I would do a week of it and let you guys know what I think of it, and I am enjoying it, and it is feeling really good, but it is kind of a pain in the ass. Just came back from eating with my mom, celebrating her 69th birthday, and you know, I wasn't able to eat because I knew I was going to cook stuff for Smelly's Kitchen today, and I knew that this stuff was going to be amazing, so I didn't want to miss out on it, on what we're eating here. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to join them with eating food. I just had some tea. But this bone broth is going to be amazing. Let's check in on these bad boys. They're starting to look really good. Wow. Sorry for the fogginess there. There we go. Look at that. I'll zoom in so I don't mess up the camera too much. Those are some meatballs. That's a spicy meatball. Looking dope. Just finished up another awesome day of World Carnivore Month. Thank you all for joining in. We're 12 days in. Tomorrow will be day number 13, and we've got just 2 more days until we're doing it for 2 weeks. Just signing off here for the day. Today was action-packed. Got some good lifting in. I ran and walked a mile. In addition to that, got in some good squats and some really good training. Finished up with some big hammer chops. You guys saw me doing some of those. And then headed on back here to the house, celebrated my mom's 69th birthday, not her 70th birthday. Working on growing out this beard, probably making me look even uglier than I already am. And my wife and I filmed a bunch of stuff for Smelly's Kitchen today. And in addition to that, we went to yoga. So today was action-packed, as I already mentioned. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Catch y'all later.